Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Right. Hey. Got to make sure the audio's picking up. Can you check for me?
Let me know when you start doing your thing and I'll mute yourself.
We're currently live at the moment. We're just sorting out the audio settings.
Oh.
Say something, Lewis. Yeah, you're good. Right. Right, guys. Doing a live stream. It's the first time I'm doing a live stream on camera, in person. I haven't done one of them before. So it's fun. I'm quickly just going to turn off notification because it's annoying in the background there. So I won't do it long. Yeah, I'm hoping I'll sort of label. I'm also going to switch my phone to data quick, see if that helps as well. There we go. Is the lag gone down? Right. So now we can do our intro properly. So, what is going on, people? It is your boy CSY. I'm doing the first on-camera live stream that's not gaming. I know you guys loved the Star Wars video I did before, and you guys want to see more Star Wars videos. So, the best thing I could think of until I'm able to get some money together to start getting some more Lego Star Wars and stuff like that, will have to be getting friends to answer questions with me about Star Wars. So you guys watching, feel free to type any questions you have regarding Star Wars that you want to hear us answer. But we're going to start. So today we are joined by my friend Lewis. I was going to get Ginge with us, but unfortunately Ginge hasn't seen Star Wars. So it was not going to work. So Lewis, hello, bud.
It's your boy.
Not bad intro. Kind of still in mine, but there we go. Right. Are you ready to crack on with the first question about?
Yeah, you just not so well. But yes.
All right. So, Lewis, what is your favourite Star Wars movie and why?
The favourite Star Wars film is going to be Rogue One. Just because it clears up the story of how they got the information to destroy Death Star, and it is just a masterpiece in itself.
It was a good film. That was a good film. Anything else you want to expand on that? That was a very quick answer.
Everyone dies. All I'm going to say, everyone dies.
Yeah, that's very true.
Dies.
Well, because it was a key point, like, because it's how the rebels got hold of the Death Star plans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that whole big thing with it. And then I love the bit at the end where Darth Vader fucks everyone up.
Oh, as soon as you see his light, baby.
That was an amazing moment. And I love how you see how, like, because it talks about all the people that died getting the information, and you see it. You see that guy there trying to pass it through the gap, and then they eject the ship and fly off, and then the plans get to Leia, and that's where she says the words hope, and that's when you know it leads to a new hope. I thought that was a wicked way of leading into that.
Perfect. The way they've done it, though, the way, like, every Star Wars film after that, don't like it. But that one is the best.
The only thing I saw with that had a slight problem in its own sense was that the planet destroying laser from the Death Star, right? In the movies, it was instant. It was one beam, and then the whole planet went boom.
Yeah.
But in Rogue One, it was very slow, like an atomic bomb process.
Yeah, they're just correct, though, aren't they?
Huh?
Fucking hell. I don't know. It's just for effect, like, weren't it?
Oh yeah, no, I think it looked cooler. It looked cooler. Because obviously, otherwise it'd have been instant vaporization, and that would have been very boring to me.
Just because because they updated the fucking technology and everything, they're actually able to do a fucking big fucking.
Well, yeah. To be fair, now I think about it, in A New Hope, when Darth Vader shows Leia the laser, it's their first time testing the new laser. They said, so maybe that was the prototype, and it was a lot slower.
Maybe.
But there we go. Sweet, right. So my favourite Star Wars movie is, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I feel like it's massively underrated. And that is, a lot of people aren't going to like that opinion, but personally, I thought it was a really, really good film. Like, it wrapped up Anakin's story arc so well, and a lot of people didn't like it purely because they felt like he jumped from being a good Jedi to a Sith immediately after cutting off Mace Windu's hand. All of a sudden, it was like, "Yep, I'm going to murder people now." But if you look back on it, you see the story arc was slightly building. Like, the first moments of him kind of touching the dark side in that sense was at the very start of the film where he kills Count Dooku. It's the way he's able to beat him is because they know the power of the dark side is stronger than the power of the Jedi house. It uses a darker and more aggressive, force in that sense. So to be able to beat Count Dooku, he tapped into that dark side, and that's when you first got them glimpses of, like, him holding that red lightsaber, and then beef rapper cappuccino, right? But I don't know, that film for me, that was the best one. That was the best one. That was definitely my favourite. What did you think of that one?
See, I didn't mind it, but it's like, yeah, it's all right film. I don't mind it. Just the way they did it could have been better. Like with Anakin, yeah, you can see his home, but they could have done it a bit better.
Okay, that's fair enough opinion. That's like most people's opinion.
Like, he's a Jedi.
He does think. Remember, he goes, because Palpatine, when he's still senator, he goes, "I shouldn't," and then Palpatine goes, "Do it," and he kind of panics and does it. He does it, yeah. But that's the point. Like, he is tampering against it at first, and it's the same when Mace Windu is going to kill him. He goes, "That's not the Jedi way." But it's that is that transition that I saw. That's what I love about it. Plus, Anakin is one of my favourite Star Wars characters, without a doubt. And I'm looking forward to seeing Hayden Christensen back again in the Obi-Wan series.
What about the sand?
Huh?
Sand.
The sand?
How I hate sand.
The sand?
Yeah, sand.
What about sand?
Anakin hates sand.
He does hate sand.
That's Star Wars.
You had me so confused for a second there. You just go on about sand. I was like, what the fuck?
That's all about sand.
Alright, next question. You ready for the next question?
Yeah.
Who is your favourite Star Wars character?
Oh, it's gotta be. Not even a Jedi. Nah. Jedi, nah. Let's go elsewhere. Mine is Captain Rex. Who can beat him?
Any reason?
Dual with history. He's the commander. He's close in the Clone Wars. He's close to Anakin's side. He's always Anakin's number one. Can't beat him.
I did like
the Clone Trooper, he's advanced.
I'm glad he was the one that was good in the end. He's actually in Revenge of the Sith. Yeah. Commander Cody's actually the one who orders for Obi-Wan to be shot down when he's on that cliffside.
Yeah. He's the one that gets the message.
Yes, he is, yeah.
Commander Cody.
Cody.
Yeah.
Yeah, not Cody. Not Cody. No, it wasn't Cody. My favourite character is Darth Vader.
Classic.
has to be. No, it's the dude has fucking presence. As soon as he enters that screen, you know shit's about to get real. Like he has that dark feeling about him. He's OP as hell. He's so as well. So Syndicate ties in because of the Anakin is Darth Vader. So I mean that yeah, Darth Vader for the win all day long. That dude's a god.
Who doesn't love Darth Vader?
Exactly. Darth Vader's like the most loved character. Right, ready for the next question?
Send it.
Would you be a Sith or a Jedi, and why?
I would personally think Jedi. As a Jedi, yeah, but as you see Mace Windu, he's tapped into a little bit of the dark side, but he's still a Jedi thing. He's tapped into the dark side, but he's kept it under wraps. And that's what you can do as a Jedi. You can keep the light, tap into the dark, and still be good. And so, who wants to be like that? Come on. You always want to be a good guy. And you get more bearing from a lightsaber. Come on. You get blue, you get green, might get purple. That's it. Or you get. That's the sense. So, can't be a Jedi.
I'd be a Sith all day long. The problem is a lot of the stuff that Jedi do is contradictory, right? They contradict themselves so often, real. So, oh, hang on, my connection's playing up a little bit here on the computer.
Oh no.
Yes, I'd definitely be a Sith. Like, it's playing up again. God. There we go. Yeah. So guys are not allowed to be fearful of losing someone. Allowed to be a lot of emotions that you naturally feel as a person, they're not allowed. Anger leads to jealousy, jealousy leads to hate, hate leads to suffering, and suffering leads to the dark side. Oh, I have a parcel. Like that. Working that later. So yeah, I'd Death Mole and Count Dooku. Come on, and General Grievous.
Yeah.
Alright, version.
Yeah.
The most recent ones. So, I mean, episodes 7, 8, and 9. So that'd be The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and The Rise of Skywalker.
I don't like them. I like new character, yeah, but like the way the story's gone, I don't feel as intrigued as I would of the Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to explain it, but it seemed like say Rey go up against what's his name? Stormtrooper guy.
Finn.
You're not keeping the story. Like, I get history and all that, it's powerful Force, but you don't just learn that with it on modern film. That's really
it's exactly. So I was watching an interview with Mark Hamill. Obviously, you know, it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And it's literally him shitting on the new movies for about 5 minutes. It's amazing. And he goes, you know, I was excited to be in the new ones, and I was reading of you know, The Force Awakens, and he goes, and I was sat there, right, and I was reading through it, and I was so excited, and suddenly you see the lightsaber fly across, and he was sat there, he's reading, how can Rey use the Force when she hasn't even been trained to use the Force? How can she just straight up let the lightsaber come to her? Whereas Luke had to go to Dagobah to get trained by Yoda to use. And the lightsaber fight's boring as hell. Every lightsaber fight in that film, all those films, were poor. they felt so, you know, whereas in the obviously the originals, they were, you know, the 70s and 80s, so the quality wasn't going to be as amazing. Like I know that Darth Vader versus Obi-Wan,
he was going to die there, literally ready. So,
but then you the Emperor Palpatine and Obi-Wan and I was watching these new ones. I was like, well, surely they're going to be really good because smashing down was the most boring fucking fights. It was more boring than the original fights in my eye because they could have done so much more with it and they didn't.
I think in the newer films that they always try to do like special effects, this special effects that. When the older films, they didn't really have that much.
Well, we've got a comment here, Jericona. I hope I pronounced that right. 5 seconds in the sequels. Yes, it's true. It's true. That's the funny thing. It's true. And Obi-Wan wasn't even in the voice bit in Rise of Skywalker when you hear all different Jedi voices.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's it. As well, he absolutely hated. I thought, yeah, the whole thing of him just being a failure, a complete failure. He was like the big Jedi, the next big thing. He managed to defeat the Empire, yet all of a sudden he's got depressed because Kylo Ren turned bad. They ruined it. They ruined him, and he knows it. He knew it, and that's why he hates.
Everyone trained Anakin in it, and then helped Luke along.
Yeah.
He didn't give up.
No. He was waiting. He was waiting for the right time. Whereas Luke just kind of went, all right, well, did it as if they did the ending that everyone's hoping they were going to do, but they didn't. Which is where when she mentions that she's all the Jedi, because we know that Force Ghosts can grab things now. Because but when she throws the lightsaber at the wreckage of the, I think it's the X-wing, wasn't it? On fire after fighting Kylo Ren, and then Luke's Force Ghost grabs it and walks out with it. I was like, okay, so we know that must be a big thing. They must be doing something big with that for them to show us that can happen now. So I was rooting for them to have like all the originals come back as Force Ghosts with lightsabers in that final fight, and then they were going to fight all like, you know, the Siths that were in the stands watching a big fight with like Palpatine, and I thought it was going to be so good.
Yeah, you can even tell the Force Ghost can interact people when Yoda hits Luke over the head with his stick.
Yeah.
Like, what's happening? Can they do it? Can they not?
But we know they can, but they didn't do anything with it. They could have made that ending so good. They could have actually saved those movies from being shite. And they didn't. But to be fair, I reckon that George Lucas sold Star Wars Disney just to be like, do you know what? You guys might be Disney, you might make some amazing films, but nobody can make Star Wars like I can.
Oh, they get George Lucas on it. Them films would have been proper amazing.
They'd have been completely different in the good way.
A whole new story.
So much better.
A whole new story.
So much better. Right, are we ready to move on to the next question, pal? Which Star Wars character would you like to be your master and why?
My master.
Who would you like to be the Padawan of?
See, everyone, I would want Yoda, but...
You'd want to be trained by Yoda?
No, but I couldn't do it. I could not do it. The way I've seen him train Luke, like, yeah, he's training well, but I'll go with Mace Windu.
Really?
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson. Yeah. Purple lightsaber and everything. He would train you well. Just listening to him as well. And listening to him tell me do things like, of course, anything. For you, yeah. Find it.
That's right.
Any day.
Because Anakin, we know Anakin can train people. And then if you've played the Star Wars games, Force Unleashed. He was a wicked character. I feel like they should have brought him into a movie of some sort.
It depends if you do it the game or not, though.
Oh yeah.
The guy on the fellow force, mate. Not good thing.
No, but like the whole sort of, like, his character, he was a powerful. I don't want to. Okay, so you ready for the next question? Hang on a minute, wait for the connection to stabilize. Yeah, I think you are, bud. What is your favorite spacecraft? So, favorite.
Every dynamic, everything. It can kill anything. If you're the pilot. And I like the name, actually. What is that? Well,
Yeah. A lot of people would go for the Death Star, but at the end of the day, as good as the Death Star was, easiest way to defeat it. You just have to shoot it in the right perfect place. Well, it's not exactly not a spaceship. Well, they call it a small moon. No, they refer to it as a small moon. But no, that's, I'm not saying Death Star. Like, no, a lot of people would, but Billy, the X-Wing is wicked. The X-Wing is wicked.
And then you just get blown up.
Are you ready for the next question?
Mm-hmm.
What is the worst 3 Star Wars movies in your eyes? Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Got a bit unstable. Oh yeah, right, yeah. What is the worst 3 Star Wars movies in your eyes?
This one's a big one.
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace. And
You hated Rise of Skywalker more than The Last Jedi.
I'm thinking. Yeah, after that. I think after that. Between them, it's just I didn't like the end or Skywalker.
It's of the 3 movies.
No. The Jar Jar Binks one. The whole film, the amount of time you're with Jar Jar, it's like it's not needed. When they go underwater, for me, with the sea people, it was there, it was insane.
Yeah, no. He just the biggest problem with that film.
Yeah. Like, if Jar Jar Binks was out of the question, then it would have been better.
Movie. But it could have been a lot worse. That's the best way to put it, isn't it?
Yeah, it could have been real.
Yeah. So the worst 3 in my eyes has to be The Last Jedi, Solo.
You didn't like Solo?
Awful fucking film, mate.
I didn't mind it. I knew like the Solo film, the way they did it was like his storyline, but I didn't mind it. I thought it was going.
Yes. Solo, The Last Jedi. I'm not going to pick another one of the sequels. I'm not going to do it because we've shut on them enough. So I'm going to pick. Here's why. The Clone Wars movie was actually meant to be 3 episodes. It was made as 3 episodes, and then all of a sudden they went, all right, we're going to make it into a movie now. So there were points in that looked like the end, and that was because it was meant to be the end of an episode. So it felt like it went on really, it just fed onto each thing so poorly for a movie structure, but I couldn't enjoy it as a movie. You know, if they'd released it as episodes, I feel like it would have been so much better. So much better.
Yeah, I like that.
I love the Clone Wars series. Movie, no. The movie was not good.
Film of it was amazing, but I'm not going to go that. I am not. I've got to go the original Battlefront 2.
Right.
Amazing game. Like the new Battlefront has not done it justice in my eyes. The way they've remade it now.
Mm-hmm.
The Battlefront was amazing. Yeah, get in the fighter, go out, destroy some things. Oh, it's great. And now you can only play single player. You can't go on multiplayer anymore. It's perfect. Perfect.
See it in an actual game. But the first Force Unleashed, I love because I love being a Sith. And then Darth Vader's secret apprentice, and the Emperor couldn't know, so he had to kill not only the rebels, but he also had to kill all the stormtroopers. And then depending was awesome.
The Force Unleashed games are good.
Oh yeah. Right.
I have to go back to basics, back to the classic.
Which Star Wars character would you bring back to war? Who would you bring back?
So what do you mean by bring back though? Like what age would they be coming back?
Whatever age they were as a Force Ghost.
Okay. So is this only Jedi then?
Who would you want to bring back then?
Oh no, I don't want to bring back. It would be Mace Windu, of course.
So Mace Windu, his Force Ghost would have been how he died.
Damn, he was still young. He's Mace Windu. I'll bring him back just because the way he was on the Force. I don't think he's the die out there.
He got yeeted, mate. He got yeeted.
Yeah, that was because he kind of let his guard down a bit.
He didn't let his guard down. He got his hand cut off. With his hand down the lightsaber flew out the bloody window.
And then boom. The way the Jedi is he's loved that one.
I want to see if you can guess who I'd bring back.
Darth Vader.
Actually, before we move on to me, what period, what saga of Star Wars would be going on in the time that you bring him back?
What, when he comes back?
Yeah, what part? So you've got the originals and then the sequels. When would you bring him back?
Sequels.
Okay.
Episode
9.
Why not? Let him have a battle as well. Last battle against fucking Emperor.
Okay, I rate that.
Because he's second chance against them. So. I'm thinking about it.
You're kind of right and kind of wrong.
Like, you're talking about Anakin then?
Yeah, I'd bring back Anakin Skywalker. But I'd be stuck at 2 points to bring back in. Because obviously, so he turned good, right? Christensen from the original, from the prequels, at the end of Return of the Jedi. So I'd bring him back into Hayden Christensen's age.
So good. You want him on good terms.
Yeah, but he'd also still have the power that he had possessed from being in the dark side.
Okay.
Because he'd still be that powerful.
Like with that, are you doing it in his transition to the dark side kind of thing, or fully dark side to fighting him?
No. So because he saved Luke at the end, he got a Force Ghost. For like sentimental reasons, I'd love to have brought him back at the end of Return of the Jedi anyway. Because then it just got closer, and then for him to train his son a bit more, and then to be the ultimate Jedi later. Who he never knew. But he knew he killed the Emperor, but he didn't know that he actually became a Jedi again at the end, because he never saw his Force Ghost as a Jedi.
See, that's what I don't get though.
That's the only problem.
Force Ghost, where they want, it's Force Ghost Kylo Ren, so like, it's not the way.
Because they weren't smart enough to make good movies. We've got a question here. So I have no idea. YT asked, who do you think is the most powerful and least powerful Jedi during the Clone Wars?
Clone Wars. Oh, I think you should ask this first.
Most powerful Jedi, I guess, in some sense. I'm only going to go with big characters here. I'm not going to dive into all the the extra Jedi, the filler characters.
You went to a sofa.
Yeah, I'm going to go at the end, but it wasn't until Rebels that she actually trained herself enough to be a Jedi Master. So I'm going to go with Yoda.
I don't know the sofa though. She was a paddle.
Yeah, she holds it like Starkiller does.
Yeah.
In the games.
What?
Because there's Luke in that.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you very much for that question, though, bud.
Yeah, good question.
I don't know who Baby today is, bud.
Who, baby?
So Ginge asked us.
So we said today. It might not be about Baby Luke.
Well, who's Baby today?
I don't know. That's the thing.
We'll come back to it. Try and explain it a bit more. Come back to your question.
Yeah.
That was a good fight. That was very good
amazing.
fight.
Even though Yoda fucked off, still amazing. The way it kept going on, it was long, it was action-packed, everything. It wasn't boring.
It showed their power. Like you saw how powerful they both were in that fight.
It's like you didn't know who was going to win. That's the thing. So that evenly matched. You never knew who was going to win.
It was so evenly matched. Mine has to be Anakin versus Obi-Wan. That fight, that one got me, man. Like that fight was amazing. You felt the raw emotion of that fight. Like you felt the anger, you felt the sadness, you felt like a brotherhood.
Even with Obi-Wan though, you could tell his anger going out there.
I don't know if that's the way to put it, but he was angry. He was angry because
still anger though, ain't it?
Yeah. Star Wars canon.
Okay. So no TV shows.
You can have Clone Wars and Rebels because that's still Star Wars canon. Yeah, you can have.
There we go. I was thinking of Jango Fett.
That was his dad. That was his dad that was killed by Mace Windu.
Yeah, you see Boba Fett come in, you're like, he's not dead.